Okay, so we're gonna get into this eyebrow tutorial. Now, I do a lot with my eyebrows, and you don't have to do everything, but I'm just gonna show you what I do to get the brows that I have. That I make, or I make, whatever. So let's get started. I have all this stuff in this little box, this cute little box with the gem. I got this from TJ Maxx. It's got all my little brow products in here. So I have foundation on and a little bit of concealer, but I don't have the rest of my face on. And I really like to do my brows first because one of the big things is, I have alopecia, so I have some issues with hair loss and brows and lashes and things like that. So I have sparse brows to begin with. Then nature came around and made me get older and like start dragging stuff down, like sagging stuff down, and I'm like, whoa, where's my brows? My brows are down here. So the one thing that I love about being able to draw on your brows is you can shape them any way you want, and I will show you a trick on how to lift them up so they lift up your features. Okay, first thing I do is I get a spoolie. This one is from Sonia Kashuk. You can get this at Target, and I actually bend it. It doesn't come bent. That's a little tip. Bend it anyway. And so I actually bring them all the way up. As much as I can, I bring them up. I used to use Anastasia's Brow Wiz, and I have that here. I broke the spoolie part off. It's funny because I broke the spoolie part off of every single Anastasia Brow Wiz that I have. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Tricks of the trade is I actually use several different colors. I don't just use one. I feel like that gives you more of like a natural look. So that's a little tip. Recently though, because I broke the spoolies off and I broke the spoolies off and I was almost done with these. I was watching a tutorial or review. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about the NYX micro brow pencil and how it was so similar, and like this I think is like $21. And I love my brows, but come on, $21. So I've been trying out these NYX micro brow pencils, and they come with a little spoolie on one end. Two I have are in the shades MBP05 Ash Brown, and then MBP06 in Brunette. So what I'm going to actually start with is the lighter one. And the first thing that I do is I actually just bring this and start to outline. And I like to outline with the lighter one in case I get crazy and anyway. So in this case, I want my natural brows to actually be the bottom part of the brow so that I can lift it up. So what I do is I get an expression like this, and I trace just underneath the brow that's already there. Okay. And then where I want to put my edge is right. So I take this pencil and put it right up against my nose, and you can see this, the point of your eye. That's where I like to, and you can actually just press it so you have a little marker there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to round. Now you can do straight or round or whatever, but I'm gonna go and use that as a marker and come around and meet these two together. Okay. And then using light strokes, because if you use light strokes then it actually will look like brow hairs. So I'm going to use light strokes, and then I'm going to go up over, and you can see I have like some sparseness here, so I'm going to come up over here and down to the peak. And I like to say the peak, again, use your pencil as a guide, the peak is going to be right here at the side of the iris. Okay, So now I'm at my peak, and then I'm gonna start coming down, and I just meet this one. I don't actually make it a bigger, and I'll show you why later. Okay, so there's the outline. I'm gonna go back in and just see I'm outlining, and then now I'm pulling the existing brows up into the line that I made. So you can start even seeing right now how different this is going to be looking in terms of framing the face. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Take my spoolie. So now we have an outline, and this is where you're going to kind of look at it and be like, okay, does it look good? I feel like it's a little bit uneven, so I'm just going to add a little bit on this side here. Before you start filling stuff in, you get the outline, get that nice, and then the rest goes, you know, nice and smooth and fast. And the reason I do this is because as you get older, like you can, and you know, you might have hooded eyes to begin with, but there's a little bit of like sagginess here. So I go like this, so I really get sharp under the under part there. My natural brows are going to want to come in here, and I want them to be up. So I will often go in and make sure that once I have the outline of where I want them to be, then I go in and pluck stray hairs. Okay, don't go plucking stray hairs before you even know where you're pulling your eyebrows up to. Good. Now I'm going to take my darker shade, and that's going to be in the brunette. And I'm actually doing like more than I normally would do, just so that I'm trying to help you to learn. Once you get this technique down, it doesn't take, you know, 25 years. So I'm going to take my second one in the brunette, and I'm going to fill in the spots that don't have brows. And I'm going to use these strokes, like these quick strokes upward, to mimic hair. Now I'm actually going to take this smaller spoolie from Real Techniques, and this one comes bent. Oh my gosh. Sorry, they're like doing work outside, so you're just gonna have to deal with the whole like noise thing. Okay. And we're gonna bring this up with this smaller spoolie. I feel like it gets like more of a detailed type of look. Okay. And now we're gonna do the other side. And this side actually has a little bit more of a natural brow, so I don't have to do as much. And I'm going to again take this smaller spoolie. So you could leave it like this if you wanted to, because you know, it really does look like, you know, just a natural brow. But I'm going to right now show you how you can sharpen it up. So I'm going to go in with a slightly darker, my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and it's slightly darker than these ones. And I'm going to go in, and again, I'm just going to trace this bottom part of this and just smooth this right out, because I don't really care if my brows look fake, because like they are fake. But I wanted to show you how you could kind of make them look more like natural brows if you didn't want this harsh brow look. And that's the one cool thing about makeup is, you know, to each his own. Like, we can all do what we like and what works best, you know, for you. So if you don't want to do all this and make it look super harsh, you don't have to. But if you want to, you can. So I'm just going to finish up this other side. I kind of live out in the country, and like these crickets, they don't keep normal hours. I don't know what normal, like crickets are supposed to be. It's supposed to be nighttime, dusk. They're cricketing all day, every day. All dang day, every day. I don't know if they're trying to mate before they're, you know, dead for their cycle. I don't even know about cricket cycles, but they are just on, they're just crazy. All right, so to finish everything up, I'm just gonna come in with my bigger spoolie and just make sure that everything's up. And then I have 2 more steps and it's done. I have this angled liner brush. This is from Sonia Kashik. This is probably better. From Sonia Kashik. And what I do is I get some concealer, and I'm going to use Naked Skin from Urban Decay in light neutral. I'm going to open this up, and then what I actually do is I take this tip of this brush and just like kind of touch it on the doe foot here, so I don't get any additional product that's not there. I'm going to take the edge so that it looks just like the brow, so it's not going to be this way, it's going to be point down. And I'm just going to go up in here and paint right, and it doesn't, you know, if you get down, it's okay. Paint right underneath my brow like that. Then I'm going to flip it the other way so that it's point down again. And then what I do is I, again, raise these up like this, and then I'm just going to pull the extra concealer product down, and then sort of tap it in with my finger. And as we get older, we get some discoloration. See, we get some discoloration on our eyes anyway, so this is nice to just be like a little base. And then I'm going to come on this side here. Look how nice and pretty that looks. I love it. Okay, and the very last step is you're not going to go through all this and then, you know, go out there and rub it on things and blah. You want it to stay, right? So I've been using Ready Set Brow from Benefit. And I'm loving this. This is like my favorite. It's 24-hour invisible shaping and setting gel for brows. All right. So what I do is I open this up here, and I like to just get a little bit of the extra. So you see there's like a flat side and then sort of a comby rounded side. So what I actually do is I take the flat side first and just rub it across the whole thing, just like you would like paint or whatever. Then I flip it on the other side where there's some product, and I rub it across like that. Then I take the comby side and sort of comb up the bottom part so that it stays up, and then work the rest of the product through, and that'll dry down, and then it's not going anywhere. Yay! So that's it. That's how I do my brows, and this is the finished look. And so thanks for joining me for this tutorial. Hope that it was helpful. If you have any like specific brow questions, you know, different products, different colors, leave me a comment below and I'll answer any questions I know about my brows or yours. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Please give me a little like if you think this was helpful and you'd like to see more videos like this. Subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my new YouTube beauty family. So there you go. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.